Meanwhile, fake or real, it really doesn't matter, because if these ladies are right, no one is serious about government spending at all. Least of all, get this, Republicans, to columnist Gina Loudon, Katherine Timpf, who say, perish the thought. Gina, what's going on here? Republicans are giving up the fight?
This is my question. I really want to know how to answer. You know, I speak around, probably like you do, to audiences of true patriots who elected this leadership and put them where they are, and they are expecting some accountability. This is really what it comes down to. How do you answer the question? If Beto was going to cave on this, Neil, why didn't he cave a week ago? Just before that, why did he wait until it was truly a war?
So you're angry that he's dropped the ball again, because he did try their idea first, and it fell through, right? He didn't have the votes.
But when you pitch yourself against someone and you say this is a fight, and you lay down yet again, let me ask you something. When is the last time they didn't lay down?
What do you think this is, Netflix?
Oh yeah. Right. When is the last time they didn't lay down? When is the last time you ever saw Boehner actually win a fight? When?
Well,
I've never seen it.
She's raised a point, because whether you agree or disagree, there are quite a few like her who are not copacetic with the mainstream party and how it handles this stuff.
Right. If you look at what he said towards the beginning, just like you said, he came out saying, watch out, Obama, you can't do this. And he can't. He actually can't. The executive order, the immigration, not able to do that. But the thing is even on a branding level, they're not doing a great job, because right now the Democrats are saying, see how far the Republicans were willing to go because of how racist they are and they hate this immigration law, when really it was about the fact that it's not constitutional. So there are so many issues here.
I got no emails on that. You know,
right, but if you look at
are racist.
If you look at liberal internet, they're saying, see, they're so racist, they would let terrorists invade us, and defunding the DHS is, by the way, this is the only time I've ever heard them concerned about ISIS at all.
All of a sudden
that it's politically
right.
But Gina, I mean, your argument is we've got to be very close to understanding the threats that face us, financial and otherwise, and that Republicans have to be looking at that in their nominee, whoever that is.
Yeah.
If it were a Jeb Bush, if it were a Chris Christie, what would Gina Loudon do?
Well, I'll tell you, this administration has put us all in this mindset of we've got to have someone who isn't Barack Obama and certainly isn't Hillary or any of the selections we're seeing come out of their camp. So we do. People in this country are worried about economic security and national security. That is #1 on their mind. That's paramount to the voters. And that's not just conservatives. That is across the board. When
you don't like the guys I mentioned earlier.
I'm not. Those aren't my #1 choices, no. But I will say this. Why instead, what has got to happen from the GOP, and I still don't understand it, is messaging. And you alluded to this. Why, instead of laying down again, didn't they just get on the messaging horse and just win this? The argument was so very simple and understandable for the average American.
Here's where I'm getting the benefit of the doubt.
No,
I understand what you're saying, but they have to get through the mainstream media that will never cut them a break, that will call them, as you say, racist, where they'll say, you're going to shut down government. When we know in that case, that was never what this was going to be about. But they have to get through that. How do they?
They really do. Well, maybe they need to think about it before they go blazing saddles out with something like this. I don't know why they chose the DHS.
By the way, blazing saddles was not a real
Yeah. Wait, what?
It was not a real event.
I have so many political opinions about it.
The budget might be blazing, but...
but they came out and they weren't prepared to fight it to the end. And I don't know why they chose the DHS, like I was saying, rather than Department of Education. Of course, DHS, most of the agencies that actually fight terrorism aren't even under that umbrella necessarily.
But that was interesting, though. All of a sudden, the Democrats were concerned about terrorism.
They're saying it's only DHS, but ISIS is going to invade us immediately if we even partially defund it.
Republicans dug themselves in that pit, didn't they?
Yeah. So all they had to say was, look, this is 15% of employees who have mostly desk jobs. So somebody not playing solitaire at their desk next week is not going to affect Homeland Security. Let's be real about this.
They're not all playing solitaire. Some of them are on porn. Now, so... what do Republicans do right now? What's done is done. What's gone is gone.
It's humiliating. They need to find something that they all agree on and stand behind that and do it. Because right now they have this majority, and it doesn't even matter because they can't agree on anything, it seems like. So they need to prove that they're powerful and not just reactive to everything.
Gina.
I agree. They've got to stand. The Republicans have got to. Look at Reagan. He just stood and he convinced the country he was right. That's leadership. Look at Netanyahu.
But he also budged on, he raised taxes in 1986. They were still lower than they were when he took office, but he was good at negotiating.
He was big at leading. People need a leader in this country. We are looking at all the threats, North Korea, of course, Iran, so on and so forth. And we're watching as other leaders around the country lead, and the leaders in this country, including the Republican leaders right now, are refusing to lead. They're making commitments, they're making strong stands, and then they're backing down, or they're just cowering to start. It's a very scary place to be right now.
So you're saying that a guy who started as an actor in movies was, in fact, a real leader?
He was, in fact, a real leader.
Take that, Underwood.
That brings it full circle.
I know we're going to get email on this show. People, light it up! All right, in the meantime, the IRS is singing the budget blues. Now, who exactly is singing yours?
Oh, I forgot any money, people.